1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Hello, welcome. Hey, how's it going? You guys, how can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Looks like I got sound on my end, so should be good. Welcome, thank you to everybody who hung out for the premiere. I'm gonna test a little bit of sound. Rode mic, we got a device not connected, not available. What is up with that? We got the Rode mic yet? Come on. Okay, we got double mics. That's gonna be Sarah's mic. So thank you guys. Thank you. Any questions about the process from the premiere of the street photography and how I shoot or gear and stuff like that? There's links in the description below if you're interested in any of the gear I used for that big flash, the 8200, and how I made it portable, because usually that's more of like a small, it's like you're supposed to go on a light stand. You're not supposed to hand hold it, but I got the cool gear recommended to me by Alexander Just to pull that off. Sarah's here. Say hi, babe.
Hello.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We're going to also be doing some photo critiques. So in the chat, I think I left a comment. Send anything to hello@madebylopro.com. We'll go ahead and leave a comment here. So it's an email address. So if you don't know how to email, you better get yourself an email. Send anything to that email address, and we'll pull it up on my screen. And we'll look at it together as a class, and we'll give our thoughts and opinions, and hopefully it's a good photo. And if it's not a good photo, we'll talk about how it could have been a better photo. It's a safe space where we can all share our work. And anyway, let me know how we sound. How do we sound?
You sound like shit, and I need to be lower. You're not loud enough.
I'm not loud enough?
I'm at 100, you're at 20. So lower mine.
Why is this getting mixed up every time?
Here, why don't we just swap? Take this one.
Take that one?
Just take that one.
Well, I don't think this one's that long enough to get to you, though.
Baby, it's fine.
Well, okay, whatever. I'll turn myself up a bit. Ding, 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 bing, 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 bing. How do I sound now? Might help to point it at. It is pointing at me. What do you mean? It's pointing right at me. How's that sound? Mic is not working. What are you talking about? I need to come out. I just turned it up a bit. Sarah's too.
Other microphone.
Whatever. Get me in stereo now, okay? How about that? God dang it, dude. I'm not a sound engineer. I was a drummer. More? You want more? It says it's clipping over here. What are you guys talking about? Did I turn it down on the OBS? God dang it, dude. Why is it always a shit show when I do this stuff? God dang it. Zoom's turned up. How about now? Okay. How's that? How's that sound, guys? Louder. Yes? Good. Turn it on. Plug it in. It's on. You truly were heard. Yes, I was. It doesn't change. We need Nick. I'm here. Can you hear me? How's it go? It's not clipping. It's at like 20% top. OBS source. Reset it. What do you mean reset it, dude? Better? We're good? Too loud. Now God, you guys are just messing with me, aren't you? Anyway, send your photo submissions to hello@madebylopro.com. I'll type it in again because everyone buried it by telling me how not loud I was. Most people tell me to stop screaming. Here, babe, here's your microphone back.
People are just going to hear me.
Okay, fine. If Sarah has something to say, she'll come there and talk about it. I've also been working on something exciting, a new addition to the live stream, but I think I messed it up at the last second. So we can go on, I did a thing where we could go on field trips, guys. And I think I messed it up, though. Let's see. Let's see if I got this working. Okay, back to OBS. And Huh? Oh, come on, dude. I had this working. How do I deactivate? Activate. Oh, okay. Now check this out. Now we can do this. Watch this. Here's the puppy. Here's my boy. What do you think of Puppy? He's a joy. He gets so mad when you're looking at him and poking around at him. Well, he's the puppy. He's the boy. What do you guys think? Whoa, bad again? What's bad? This is bad? How is the zoom? How is the zoom going like that? I was far away and the zoom was clipping. Your microphone with XLR is not activate. It's not activate. What are you talking about? It's right here. It's going. I can see it moving. What? So, okay, what's better? How about this? This, bing bong, 1, 2, test 1, 2. Why is the zoom clipping when I do that? Your voice is bleeding to Sarah's mic. Yours seems not plugged in. I don't get what is going on. How's this? How's that? Is that better? The boom mic isn't working. This is the boom mic. The battery mic is on. What? You guys are giving me a lot of crap right now, okay? I'm not a sound tech, okay? Okay, don't look at that. That was my tootsies. You guys are pissing me off. Handheld is better? Really? This is better? Okay, well, okay. So, get this out of there. Do that. That? Bing bong? Bing bong sound good? Bing bong clear? Jesus Christ, why you guys just gotta give me so much crap? On cam, turn off the zoom. Rode mic, bing bong, test, test, test. Stop looking at my feet. God damn, you guys. Okay, test, we're good. Boom mic, yeah, I turned off the boom mic because everyone's complaining about it. Or sending signals with the feet. Handheld is all we can hear. So handheld good. Now it's worse. Now it's the worst it's been. We don't hear the excellent with it. Sarah, I sent you a video of the sound. Okay. I'm using the wireless. I don't know what you guys want from me. Here we go. We're here. We're here. Stu in the background. What the fuck is going on? I don't know. Why is everyone complaining about the sound? Can you listen? Yeah, I'm listening. Okay, so now you can't hear me? What is even going on, dudes?
Well, he shows you here, but I think you're fine when you're not on the big mic.
When I'm not on the big mic? Well, anyway, I'm going to keep talking. You guys let me know. This has been like half of the video is already tutorial time, and that's all we're doing.
Teach Nick how to use sound equipment.
Dude, I know how to use sound equipment. I've got the Rode mic's on, the freaking everything else is turned off. The zoom is turned off. I don't know what more you guys want from me. Zoom is muted. There, I just muted the zoom, so here we are. Yeah, silent movie. Really? It's not, you guys are freaking. Okay, how about now? How about now? Good. Now we can hear you quietly. I fucked everything up. Okay. We're good. We're good. I think I got it. We're good. Need some subtitles. Okay, we're here. I think I fixed it. I can see the sound on there. I almost look too loud. Okay, it's perfect. Okay, awesome. Apparently the sliders were all the way down on the OBS, but it still looked like it was within the realm of what's... I don't know, guys. You guys pissed me. How about now? Let's do. How about now? Bing, 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 bong. Yeah, much better. Okay, I hope you guys can hear me. You're good. I'm good. And it's time to stream. Let's start the stream. What was I even talking about? Send any pictures you want reviewed for the class to hello@madebyLoPro. Thank you, OBS. Everyone loves open source everything. And we're going to do a little bit of housekeeping. Let me show you guys some things I've been working on. Pull that up. So everybody loves, like, I have like countless comments talking about, like, asking me, where did you get that Canon AE1 shirt? It's in like a bunch of my videos. I'm wearing it. And you know, you see so many people in the film space, like selling merch with copyrighted branding on it. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, don't listen. I hope Canon's not watching this, guys. Don't share this with Canon, but screen share. Here we go. I'm working on my own design of it, of the Canon AE1. I vectorized my own version of the logo, and I think it's more accurate than the one I wear in the videos. So this is going to be the new design. There we go. So, and it works on dark cloth and it works on light cloth. I'm a graphic designer. If you guys didn't know, that's what I went to college and dropped out for, is graphic design. So I just found a real nice, like head-on, barely any perspective shift version of the camera, so I could just trace it by hand. And there we go. Canon AE1. If anyone, I don't even have a Canon AE1 program. I might have one on my eBay. I've sold several of them, but I have the Canon A1, so I don't even use the AE1. But you know, if I do get some backlash, maybe I'll change it to say like A420 Bing Bong at the bottom instead of AE1 program. Just like how I have my Film People stickers, which are also available at madebylopro.com. So these shirts, I'm going to get some tests made of them, and then I'm going to put them up for pre-orders. The pre-orders of the other designs are already live on the website. You can already order stuff and tell me which shirt you want. You can either get this design, shoot more or think less, which I drew myself. You can tell because it looks really, you know, really lo-fi, less detailed up close. Where's my... I don't know where the workshop for it is, but there's that. And then there's Keep On Shooting, which is, you know, the old Boomer meme, one of the original memes. Boomers, you know, they would like the Beatles, they like this. The Grateful Dead, they like this, you know. Anyway, those are the two designs currently that you can order on the website, madebylopro.com. You go here. And I know it looks steep for a shirt, but you get a mystery gift with it and think of it as a donation to the channel. You know, we've got some bespoke hand-selected shirts that you can choose from. You know, we've got everything from, I think we got like one small and we got up to a triple XL. Right now, triple XL is only this, you know, high vis. So, you know, if you don't want to look like Kool-Aid Man, I guess I understand. But
we can always find more shirts.
yeah, we're going to be getting more shirts. But these are all handmade by people here in Texas. You know, none of your money's going to corporations. So you can feel, rest assured, help a fellow American. Anyway, okay, back on me for now. There we go. Here I am. Let's zoom out. God, you guys can see me too well. I'm high def right now. Okay. Guess I can close that. Hey, see you, Lambo. Thanks for joining. Like the green rectangle edition. Oh, the green rectangle was just so I could pull from that. I mean, that's not necessarily going to be in there. PE1. I kind of like that. P1. Dude, the audio went AWOL again. What do you mean? Oh, did I have myself muted that whole time I was on screen? Well, no, it's still there. Bing bong. Can you guys hear me? Oh, but yeah, but then the Rode mic was on. Okay, I see what you mean. I'll never learn. I'll never learn my lesson. What lens was that? No Kings shooting. No Kings. I was shooting my 20 mil. That Nikon 20 mil f2.8 that I dropped on a live stream forever ago, and broke, and then I fixed. You can see that whole drama unfold on my video all about the Nikon f100 because it also works with that. In Canon on. Okay, well, I'm missing stuff. I miss it. Noptop's here. Whoa, another army member. Much better. I'm good. Baba Booey, everyone says. Thank you. There's also a delay in our response to what you're seeing, so you've been good for like a minute plus. Cool. What class? What are we talking about? Classes? I don't know what you're talking about. There's also, I was worried I was late. Glad I missed the tech issues. Yeah, Nop, you didn't miss much. I bought one AE1. You got an AE1, Chris? Well, you're gonna need the freaking shirt then. Get on board, dude. I got the Nikon F80 and a 300 mil lens. I'm gonna try to make a video soon on the Nikon F80. By the way, bro, the tariffs USA put on USA. Yeah, I know tariffs. Whatever. You know, everything's expensive, dudes. Oh my God. Freaking. Okay, we're gonna go on a field trip. I got to show you something. Shrinkflation, tariffs, and Rode mic. Okay, you guys can hear me. Let's go. Here. I'm going to show you some shrinkflation. Check this out. Look at this. $6 for half a pie. Half a pumpkin pie, $6. Are you kidding me? By the way, look at this. Yeah, your boy homesteading analog bread right here. What do you know about that? What do you know about analog bread, dude? Sourdough. Who needs commercial yeast? I raise my own yeast. Anyway, that's the field trip. Here's.
Show 'em your bread?
Yeah, I showed him the bread. There's the puppy. How's it going, boys? How's it going? Okay, back to Sony. Hey, we're here. Hey, forget about it. Yeah, $6 for half a pie. Can you believe it? Audio is gone. My first film was a Hasselblad, but my first 35mm was an AE1P. Oh, program. Love that thing. We'll get the shirt, dude. They're not available yet on the website. They're going to be going live soon. I want to get some samples made up that I can wear and show on screen to show I'm not bull crapping everybody. Hey, Minolta Weathermatic. Yeah, dude. That's the best Minolta. The best Minolta ever made. Wow, that's bread. Yep. You pumpkin pie, dude. You make it yourself. You can go get the pumpkin pie filling from the store. $6 for half a pie. Like everything that you buy, it's either they're charging more, they're either charging more for it or they're putting less in it. And you know, the world is just getting worse and worse. Brock, dude, you're already donating to LoPresti Army, and you already gave me 10 on the premiere. Thank you so much, dude. Okay, it's official. Brock is now he's now a general of LoPresti Army. You've heard it here. Dun, dun, dun. If you guys want to join LoPresti Army, by the way, there's no limit. There's no bottom floor to getting your name at the end of the video. And you get exclusive discount codes for merch at the website. So if you go to madebylopro.com, screen, let me make sure, Rode mic off, Zoom mic on. Okay. If you go to my website, madebylopro.com, and you click help me, you can pledge $1, you can pledge 50 cents, whatever. As long as it's a recurring donation, you are now part of LoPresti Army, and you get exclusive discount codes emailed to you. You get a welcoming email. It's like, hey, thanks for joining. And you get your name at the end of the videos, just like the one that we just premiered. And thank you so much, Brock. You rock. Yeah. Okay, back to the Sony. Sarah's cursing over there. If you can hear her, tell her to clean that potty mouth. Just general money bags. Yes, he's got a lot of disposable income. You know, I guess that the short bus disability is treating him well. I'm just kidding. We love you, Brock. You rock. Yeah, dude, lead us. Join LoPresti Army. Everybody who's part of the mailing list is a LoPresti bestie. You get exclusive discount codes sent to you. But if you also contribute, you get even better discount codes sent to you. Right now, the LoPresti Army has codes that give you more money off on the t-shirt pre-orders than you would get otherwise. But yeah, we're getting those printed soon. Anyway, this has just been a long commercial. What are we sending on the email? You're sending pictures. So is Anzedge here? Is Anzedge here? Because yeah, you're right there. Okay, well, I got some of your pictures. Let me go ahead and download those and get those ready for the class. Oh, Luciano sent some too. We're good. We got some people. Let's get right into it. So, didn't you send some last week too? Who else was missing? It was Luke. Is Luke here? Because he sent his last episode. Luke's not here, is he? Luke, I'm scrolling. I don't see. If anybody sees Luke join, tell him to sound off so we can pull up his pictures. But okay, we'll start off with Anzedge. Let's see what he sent. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. It says more of my Review Flex AC1 rest Leica. Ooh, with a Leica. So you weren't kidding. Whoever said that Anzedge had a Leica, they were correct. Let me pull up Photoshop and get all these loaded up into Photoshop. I think it's 3 photos, right? Okay. Yeah, there we go. You don't tell us what film stock it is, so go ahead and tell the class what film stock we're going to be looking at. But this was shot on first one is a ReviewFlex AC1, which I've never seen, so let's go ahead and pull that up. Images. Okay, never seen that thing. So anyway, let's go ahead and share my screen. Okay, everybody, here is Anzedge's first image. What film stock is this? Let's check the chat. Did he tell? Who knows what he's doing? What state? What are you talking about, dude? Anyway, I probably shouldn't be showing everybody my stream key and all that stuff. I don't know how else to check it while the screen is sharing, but check it out. You know, I love the pastel tones. You know, blacks ain't crushed. Good exposure. We got the Christmas tree here, which, you know, gives me nostalgia stuff. I like it. I feel like your horizon line's a little bit off. Not that that always matters, but with a wide scene, I feel like it matters a little bit more. I mean, I feel like it's probably good, you know, with a twisty, turny, uh, you know, golf course, mini golf thing. It's not that big of a deal, but you see what I mean? Like, I guess this should be the most level thing here, and it's off by a few degrees. But I'm not going to nitpick. You know, it's a nice exposure. It sets the scene. I don't know what else you could do other than like maybe get a little closer. I don't know how far the hole is over here, but if we could have cropped it a little bit more, like, let me see, I want to keep the same aspect ratio. I just feel like there's some unnecessary stuff in there, but what are you going to do? Like, it's a busy thing, you know. I like the tones. I like the subject. I just feel like other than that, it's not screaming out at me, but you know, it's definitely technically correct. Anyway, this was taken with a Review Flex, which he said is one of which I looked up. I've never heard of these cameras. Review Flex AC1. Is that like a Chinon? Why is the Chinon also coming up? Hey, let's look up Camera Wiki. Oh, they don't have anything about it. I don't know. Never heard of this camera. Look at that big old shutter button. That thing's like comically tall. Yeah. Anyway, is my sound still coming through? Looks like it. Bing bong. Okay. Back to the pictures. And Zedge, you know, it's a good shot. I like the colors. You know, it looks like well exposed, well developed. I like the Christmas trees. It's just, you know, as like a piece of art, you know, I don't know if I would say like this needs to go on a portfolio or get printed other than for personal, like remembering this time, you know. Anyway, on to the next shot. Okay, now this is more something someone would want to hang on their wall. I always like the teal minty stuff. Yeah, I like the greens, cohesive. You know, the one thing I could say is like I'd want to bump the color contrast somehow. So like, I don't know how much you fiddle with things in post, but I would want to like get the reds to more pop off against, you know, the whole orange and teal look. Everybody loves that, you know. But yeah, I like it. It's like bubblegum mint, spearmint, loving it. Let's see how this one. Whoa, look at that. You can push it too far, you know. So yeah, I would reset that, but just a little bit more of the reds to like combat against it, because otherwise it's almost like it might as well be monochrome green, you know. Just but I like it. I like it. An old bug or whatever the heck that is. I guess it's not a bug. It's whatever that is. I'm not a car guy, but I like it. I feel like it does need a little something. Like I don't know how to photograph cars right, but I feel like he could have played with the comp a little bit to get something different. But you know, I think something that makes a good comp is just like limiting the amount of components in frame, and it's pretty much just tree car, and then you could think, you know, the highlights, you know, that's something. Which almost like, you know, they're so bright they almost rob your eye from the main subject, which kind of blends in with the grass. But at the same time, that's just something that goes hand in hand with being in a forest, you know, blown out highlights through the trees. You can't get away from that. But I like it. Again, I think the only thing like with this comp, other than reframing it, would be, you know, in the edit, just warming up some of those reds and yellows and whatnot. Okay, and the last shot from Edge, you know, again, it's the same kind of colors as the last time, so I don't know if this is from the same roll, same type of film, same shesh or whatever. It's cool. It's definitely like the most out of all three of them. I'd say this has like the most striking centralized element. You know, just this thing that's just a mass here. You know, like there we go. There's the thing. You know, This one I think could almost benefit more from like bokeh out of focus background because you have such a grand, interesting shape in the center of the frame that like if all this was just blurred, you know, so like I mean, I know that's not, you know, but you can go like that and then paint it back in. That's too much and that's not real bokeh. But you know what I mean, just get rid of distracting elements. But I'm just being harsh. I think I'm a hater today because I'm in a bad mood. You know, I like the colors. I like that you embrace the shadows there because, you know, what are you going to do? It's backlit and you got a little bit of rim coming around him. What is he smoking a cigarette trying to look extra cool? Well, that looks like it's hand rolled. I don't know if there's just tobacco in that. Anyway, it's a great exposure. I'm not trying to be mean. I think just trying to be helpful where I can. It's cool. It's weird that it's like so soft here. Did you use a really slow shutter speed and was it windy? Like it seems unnaturally soft there compared to over here. Or maybe it's because it's the edge of the frame. I don't know. It just seems like it's resolving other things a little bit better. But or maybe that's just where the fall off is, and since that's a straight thing on that plane. I like it. I think this one's my favorite. This one's cool for car guys, but I feel like it needs a little more subject separation. And this one has some more subject separation, especially with how that is lit and a little more blurry over there. One thing I do not like is, come on, is all this stuff over here. But, and Zedge, I appreciate you jumping in, everybody. Like, let's see. Let me come back to y'all, and then I'll check what he has said about the film stock and whatnot. Okay, it's rebranded Chinon. Okay, I was right. Use your other eye. What are we talking about? Ghetto set up to the maximum. Full frame film lens with macro rings. APS-C. Scanned with digital. One Portra 400 and other two were Santa color. So I'm guessing those two minty ones were Santa color, which is Aero color. Repackaged Aero color. I just pretend to be QVC and call nursing homes. Wow, Brock, dude, that's a way to get it. Tell us about the class. What? Also have a lot of pics with my Pentax Spotmatic. Okay, you guys have just been sounding off in the chat. Sorry, I don't have two monitors, so I can't monitor the chat while I'm looking at, you know, everything. But thank you so much, Anzedge. I think that was a great submission. You know, powerful colors, good exposures. 20 films, just double just before I scan myself. Done, dude. Made a donation on your website. Litos. Well, thank you so much. Everybody welcome Litos, newest member of LoPresti Army. You guys saw it here. General Brock, would you please do the ceremony and send him his welcome package? I don't know. Brock, should I just make you a mod? Can I do that? Let me see. How do I do this? Add as moderator. You can review and remove chat, hide stuff. Okay, there you go. Brock, you now have power. Don't abuse it. Don't put people in timeout. But that's General Brock. I know this guy is junkie who does things in back alley for money. Wait, who's a junkie? You talking about Anzedge? He's the junkie? Walter, aren't you the one that said he had a Leica? But yeah, that's what the other two were shot on. I guess the Santa color shots were with the Leica 3G, he said. Candy cigarette. Yes, that's what it was. Yeah, slow shutter, windy day. That's what I was thinking. Like the light on a cigarette, man. Looked really cool. Yeah, it needed a little bit of a cherry, though, on the end of it for that little orange glow. Would have worked well for that last one. Hey, Nop, you might be right. Let's check it out. Here, we're going to go to Control U. Boom. Yeah, I kind of like that because it was kind of just a one-color thing. So I think, Anzedge, you were talking about converting pictures. And yeah, I think it works. Like, look at that. There's already, like, you know, there's not that much color contrast there. There's contrast and then there's color contrast. Whoops. And, you know, the most contrasty thing is black and white. And the only reason not to shoot in black and white is, I think, if there's interesting colors. You know, I feel like when there's only, like, one dominant color, it's almost not even worth being in color. You know what I mean? So I do think that works really good in black and white. Ah, what did I do? No thanks. No, close. What did I... Jeez. I don't know how to use a computer, guys. And then you can even bump that contrast even more, you know? Mess with the midpoint, you know? You don't want to go too silhouette, but there's a lot you can do in black and white, you know? I think the if you're unsure of your skills and you just want to get better and learn, I'd say why even shoot color? Just do black and white and worry about color later. But I'm a hypocrite because you guys saw what I did in that premiere if you watched. You know, I instantly gave up on shooting black and white and went right to color because I, you know, got FOMO, like I said. Anyway, let's catch up with the chat a bit and then we'll go on to the next submission. Get your submissions in now. I'm going to cut off submissions soon because we've already been going for, I don't know, like a half hour, and half of that was already on technical difficulties. Okay, what are we at? Tripod at 1/8. Oh, geez. Well, yeah, I get how that was soft, and I kind of like the soft look. You know, sharpness ain't everything. A lot of photos that I had in the premiere today were not tack sharp, but I still feel like the composition made up for that. And you know, if you want a super sharp, tack sharp, high megapixel, I don't know, whatever, then why do you care about film and whatnot? That 2CV on autumn colors will look amazing. I don't know what we're talking about. Does it have a pledge? Does it have a pledge to enter? What are you talking about, Litos? I thought you already joined. Baba Booey in the chat for New Soldier. Yes, everybody Baba Booey for Litos. That's what he deserves because he has joined. I appreciate you, Litos. Yeah, me and Anzej go way back. We met in the short, but that's why we're all here. We all got some phototism, right? Do this after the fact. The power of masks. I cannot scream it enough. What are you talking about? Masking in Photoshop? Yeah, dude, masks are everything. Piximperfect ain't the only one. What do you think about Nikon F55? Never shot it. So if it works, it's good. $33 seems like a good deal for a camera. I guess let me look it up. Let me see what it looks like. Nikon F55. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that looks like a cool beginner camera that's kind of like, you know, came out in the start of the digital age. Yeah, $33. That seems fair. Where I'm at with my collection, I probably wouldn't touch it for $33. I'd probably try and get it for $5, but that's because I'm a miser, and not everybody is that. You know, some people are going to ask for eBay prices. I don't know what it goes for on eBay. Look, the window's clean, so I had to see out of it. Green car with autumn leaves will look great. Yeah, dude. That's what I was saying. Bump up the reds on that if you can. Okay, well, let's see what the next submission was. That was Anzej. Am I pronouncing that right, dude? Oh, man, we got a lot of submissions, so let's get through this. By the way, if if Luke Camry jumps in the chat, tell him to hit me up because he's got the earliest submission from last week that we didn't, or last 2 weeks ago that we didn't get to. But next up is Chris. Let's pull it up, dude. Let's get this into the photo chops. Oh, I'm going to have to clear out my download folder.
Somebody bought the Minolta Weathermatic.
Yeah. Who was that? Was that Chris? Was that Chris who bought the Weathermatic?
Works. That's fucking awesome. Did he go swimming with it?
Yeah. Did you take it underwater, dude? The Weathermatic? Anyway, okay. Next up is Chris. You still here, dude? Did he leave? No. He said candy cigarette. That's the last thing he said. Okay. Oh, yeah. Nanu Artworks, dude. Hey, well, too bad it's winter time. Maybe you're in the southern hemisphere. Let us know when you take it swimming, dude. Ooh, 10 pounds. What is that in American? Is that like 50 cents or something? Anyway, okay, so we got Chris Card's photo pulled up. So let me get Photoshop pulled up, and wait, what did he say this was on? Let me get some details, some backstory. This was shot on FP4 with a Minolta XGM and the Rockor 50mm f1.4. Okay, Photoshop, swap my screen. I should get some hotkeys for swapping my view around. Anyway, here we go. Look at this. Look at this shot. Chris. This was Chris, right? I'm not an idiot. Yeah, that was Chris. Chris Card, or is this a different Chris? I don't know. Sound off in the chat if this is you. But FP4. This was shot on FP4, which I've never shot. I think Sarah's done a shot of it, but real fine grain. You know, I feel like, is that the grain? I don't know if the scan is out resolving the grain. That's how fine the grain is. Was this scanned through glass? Frosted glass? I feel like feel like we're getting a diffused grain structure here, but we're not here to pixel peep. Overall, great shot. You know, I feel like there's something a little bit off balance with the framing, but you know, if you're not a purist, you can always crop. You know, I'm not sure if I like being able to.
Pixel peeping like a dude. Sorry, I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, I'm pixel peeping like a douche. I feel like just a little bit. I don't feel like the stool was
You have one
needed to
article
be
in
there.
Pixel, and you
I
just
know.
think you're the Pixel King.
Sarah's like, oh, I'm getting all freaking. I'm ripping people to shreds. I'm on Petapixel now, guys, so I can say what I want about anybody's photographs. There we go. Now you're zoomed in. You got to look at me, but I think it's a great shot. I don't think it needs that crop. You know, it's always better to have more space and not need it. You know.
I think that's a fantastic photo. I don't know who took it, but great job.
Yeah, Chris, this is great shot, dude. You know, great how you have all this just black, just a great shape, you know, to her silhouette, to that profile. And then great light on her there. It looks real natural. You know, sometimes with my lighting, I always get all like nitpicky. I'm like, frickin', I don't like the shadow under the nose, but that works real nice there. You know, I always feel like, okay, well, you got to do the Rembrandt and get it to the side and this, that, but looks great.
God forbid there be different types of lighting techniques.
I know. Whatever. I like it. And look, you can see a little bit of a flower in her hair. You know, great tonal variation there because that is almost in the shadows. Did you touch this in post or is this just like a normal conversion? Like, what did you do? Negative Lab Pro. This is FP4 with the Minolta XGM, which I think I've used before. I've used a lot of different Minolta bodies, but it wasn't my favorite one. And with a 50 mil f1.4 going for the nifty 50, the fast one, which I think I have one of those on the shelf, but I barely ever shoot 50 mil. Love it. Great shape. That was my only thing. Maybe a crop, but now I don't know. Now when I crop it, I don't like it. It's just with this negative space around it. See how like much there is over here? I'm almost like, okay, there's that much there.
No, it does not need to be cropped at all.
Okay, well maybe back out a little bit more. Maybe, you know, I don't want to do Gen expand, but, you know, get her more, because she's almost centered. But then I feel like that throws off the balance with this little, with
I
the...
think it's a perfect amount of balance between white and black.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to think of something. I don't know.
I'm allowed to have opinions.
Sarah disagrees with me. Sarah, do you want the road mic? You're talking into nobody over there. Anyway,
You hear me? I'm loud enough.
Sarah says she's loud enough. She's Italian. Okay. Buongiorno.
Yeah, everybody says better with the space, so you're fucking.
Okay, I'm an idiot. Whatever. Okay, so see, I'm not the teacher. I'm just here to conduct the class. I'm the one you can see. Everyone else is just a bunch of text on a screen. Anyway, okay. See, uncropped. There you go. Better, right? Uncropped's always better. Okay. A great shot, Chris. Let me catch up with the chat. Beautiful. Oh, that's mine, says ZZ Man. Okay, it's not Chris Card. It's ZZ Man. Okay, sorry to out you, man. I mean, if you guys want to have, if you don't want me to say whatever your name is on the Gmail, then let me know. Yes, Litos, we talk loud. Buonasera. I don't know what else. I've been taking Duolingo for years and I still can't say anything. Ciao, Bella. Buonissimo. Benissimo. I don't know. Yeah, it's great. So ZZ Man, it's a great shot. Single light setup, really like it. So single light, you didn't even have a background light. Really good. I just want to know how. I sent 3 more, not as sharp, but I love them even more because of it. Okay, ZZ Man, how was it scanned though? I almost feel like the scan is getting out resolved by the grain. So we're not able to really see the grain structure that much. I've seen a similar look when I scan through frosted glass and I have it oriented the wrong way, the film. And it almost like kind of diffuses it like you're looking through a shower door glass. You know what I mean? Anyway, great job, dude. Thank you so much for sharing. Fauci says, Schmoopy, hop on the Schmoopy cam or get the fuck out. You guys want Schmoopy on the Schmoopy cam? Let's see. Sorry, no more schmoopy cam. I'll, yeah. Okay. What else did I miss? Beautiful portraits. Yeah, great job, man. Great job. That was my first film camera with auto exposure before. What are you talking about, Phoenix? You talking about the F55? Or are you talking about the XGM? I don't know what we're talking about. It's hard to keep up with you guys. One of the images I sent you is a GIF animated. I shot it with the weirdest camera in my collection. Okay. Well, let's see who's next, guys. Let's see who's next in line. ZZ said he sent some more, but we're going to have to wait. Looks like we got Minea is next, right? Because who
Have you
did?
asked yet about preferences on live?
Oh yeah, let's do a little bit of housekeeping before I go ahead and keep going with the photo submission. So, I know I've been sticking with this schedule of releasing at noon my time on Thursdays and then following it up with an immediate live stream. But
now that Jason's posting consistently on the wrong week.
Yeah, I used to do these days because Grainy Days also posts every other week. So I was posting on the off weeks, but it has somehow been alternated. So I'm thinking of changing from Thursdays and also from noon. So let me know in your, like, if you guys would rather I do a different time. I know for a lot of people in the US, this is lunchtime. So it's not really conducive for, diving into a live stream or even having time. It might not even be lunchtime. It might be freaking middle of the day working. So, let me know. Hit me up in the email if you guys don't get to it here. If you guys want to think about it, hit me up at hello@madebylopresti.com. Maybe I'll do a poll, to reach out to the LoPresti besties and see, when would be a nice time to move to, because maybe Thursdays are not the best days to keep the release days on. So we might change it, and figure it out from there.
Also, that's just a newsletter. LoPresti Besties is just the newsletter. So anybody can sign up.
Yeah, anybody can sign up for LoPresti Besties. If you go to madebylopresti.com and you sign up for the newsletter there, you are now a LoPresti Bestie. You get exclusive discount codes. Not as good as the the paid memberships, but it's still pretty rad. Okay, so yeah, let me know. It's 7 p.m. in Portugal, so I feel like I get this is good for the European crowd, so maybe I got to do a staggered thing. 7 in England. Okay, well, if that's what time you guys want, I mean, maybe I'll have to stick with it, but maybe I'll choose a different day. It's dinner time, so best program to watch with the family. Oh, this is a family program. Like, you guys got me up on your TV. Hey, let me out of here. Ah! I mean, I don't know. Anyway, okay, more photo submissions. Who is next? We got Minea Udrea. Let me know if I'm saying that wrong. Okay, he says, one of the prints I made for a gallery show last week. Ooh, we got a real photographer here. Okay, let's see. Whoa, it's a diptych. We got a diptych. Guys, we're going to have to rotate our phone screens. Save image. Desktop. Yeah, I guess I'll save in the desktop. I don't know. We'll get it open in Photoshop. And we'll take a look at Minea's photo. Where'd that go? Where'd it go? Here we go. Okay, we got it. High res, dude. Oh my God. Love it. This is creative. This is what this class is all about. Somebody putting their heart on the line. Okay, you guys ready? You guys ready to see Minea? Minea, are you ready? Are you even here? Sorry, I was late. Okay, yeah, you're here, dude. You're up next, dude. Here we go. Okay. Everybody, get ready for the great and powerful, probably pronouncing his name wrong, Minea Udrea. Wow, look at this diptych. If you guys don't know what a diptych is, it's when you put two photos side by side. Look at that thing. Baba booey, bing bong. Get the fuck out of here. That is beautiful. Wow. Love it. Okay. Look at this shot, guys. Is that the Virgin Mary? I don't know. And is that clouds? Clouds tree. Like, just look at the layering. Freaking, you got grass. You got this tree line. You got that tree line. You got clouds. You got sky. Were you using a red filter here? Because look at how dark that is with the sky. I love it. I guess this is a giant tombstone. Someone important is buried there. And someone may be important to you, or is this a stranger? Was this posed or did you stumble upon this? And you know, I love that you flipped it. It makes so much sense, and you know the connotations of that being upside down. You know, it's not just Stranger Things where in the upside down, it's freaking underground, death, underworld. You know, and it ties right into this. So much meaning, lovely. But yes, the way you know you got. Okay, we got this, that, that, this, and then we got that, 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 bing, bing, bong, you know. And then with the central element on both sides, I mean, great job, dude. So you got this up in a gallery. Is this still hanging up, or do you have this back home now, or did you sell it? Let's hope you sold it, dude. Beautiful shot. I mean, nothing wrong with that. And you know, it's always a good way to see if a shot works or if a diptych works. So how do we do it? Here we go. 180, bing bong. Does it work both ways? I definitely like it the other way. You know, because death on the bottom, and I feel like darker tones instead of like a more white negative space, you know, it weights it down better. You always want the more heavy thing on the bottom. It's like, you know, if you can't have like an even matte, I feel like you always want it to be on the bottom, you know. So say you didn't have it evenly matted, you would do that, you know, instead of vice versa. You don't want to have a big forehead, you'd rather have a big chin. But Minea, I'm probably saying your name wrong this whole time, but beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Memento Mori, diptych, all those fun art school terms you can use. Yeah, love it. Right, babe?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Fantastic, dude. Okay, let's see what the class has to say. Good timing. We're still talking about the timing changes. Awesome, nice. Brock says he cried. I'm off on Fridays, so maybe we'll have to switch to Fridays. Bing bong. What film is this? What did he say it was? T-Max 3200. Dang, with a circular polarizer. While the bottom photo, ooh, is actually infrared. Ilford RPX 200 with an R72, which, I mean, RPX, I use IR 400, not the RPX stuff. I use the Rolly IR 400, but yeah, frickin'. So it was two different film types, super grainy. Like, people think you need to use the 3200 films, you know, at night or when it's dark, but using it during the day to get a nice grainy shot, you know, I usually use Delta 3200. I usually don't use the T-Max stuff. And the circular polarizer was on the first shot. Okay. And then the other shot was actually infrared. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Love it. Love it, love it.
I have a question.
Sarah has
Is
a
there
question.
program that you can do, like, so that people could join you live and talk about their work? Is there like a...
Yeah, I mean, I guess if I had people call in on a Zoom call and I could share that window on this. So yeah, maybe in the future, guys, I'll start trying to figure out how to beta test this, but to have it be a more interactive thing where you know, where
like Patreon have it, something like that?
yeah, I think there's ways to do like a two-way street, you know, but so it's not just me yelling at you guys and looking like a dingus. It would be
Well,
fun.
then you just get answers quicker from people, you know, and there's such a delay, like for me,
Yeah.
like it's super.
Yeah, it would be fun to have you guys jumping on. So I'll figure out the behind the scenes, but you guys saw how hard it was for me to figure out volume. So we'll see. We'll get there. We'll get there, guys. Posed. So yeah, it's a close friend of Minea's. Did you ever tell me if I'm saying your name wrong? I don't know. It's back in his office. Didn't sell it, unfortunately, but it's a great shot to have hung up, dude. That's beautiful. What kind of frame did you do? Did you do the classic, just black? What, or did you do something ornate? Yeah, beautiful. Gmail, swap the photos around. I sent you the order goes one. Okay, Brock, we'll get to you in a sec. Let's see.
Brock is the number one fan.
I know. Well, I just want to catch up with the chat first. Love what you did. Yeah, man. Probably easier in Discord, says Anzed. So, Maybe I'm gonna have to do a LoPresti Bestie Discord server. We'll figure this out, you know. But if I do this on YouTube, then I can put it up as a VOD, and maybe some diehards will watch it, and I get some ad money. I don't know. What are the ads like right now, guys? How many times are you getting interrupted watching this?
I've seen a couple.
Sarah says she's
But
seen
I'm
a
not really
couple.
paying attention, to be honest.
Oh, ooh, ZZ says he'd have it on the ceiling. Then you could look at it from both angles. I'm so nice reading the chat, says Ben Adger. Hey, you know, well, if you guys think I'm real nice, you know how you can help. You can join LoPresti Army. Brock's done it. Frickin' Lido's did it. Everybody frickin' join LoPresti Army. Help me make analog fun again. Hey, forget about it. Okay, let's see who's next. It doesn't matter who's next because I think I'm going to pull up Brock's submission next because he is a paid member of the Army, and these are the type of these are the type of perks you can expect when you're a member of the Army. Okay, so I gotta wait a sec. That one's not in all these. So you got it all. So I gotta order it correctly. Let's figure this out. OG Phoenix shot one, and a special one unrelated. I don't know what the special one is shot on. Looks pretty neat though. Okay, it looks like we have a shot Phoenix 200 bracketed and some unrelated photos. So let's go ahead and save all these. Hopefully there's no viruses. Let's save it as Brock, I guess. I don't know. Sorry, guys. This is why I need to have a paid intern or an unpaid intern to do all this stuff for me. But I got to click buttons and you guys can't see because I don't know what you guys would see in my freaking email. Because, you know, I'm sending sketchy stuff that the FBI doesn't need to know about. So what was the order you had? You said, don't put me ahead. I'm enjoying seeing this juicy time. Nope, Brock, you're going first. Sorry. The order goes 1405, 06, 07, 08 to help any... Okay, well, yeah, I guess I know how to use numbers, so... and we'll do the unrelated one last, I guess. So, downloads. How come I'm only seeing the one download? What is going on here, guys? I'm an idiot. Okay, we got 1406, 07, 05, 08, and now we have double of 06 because I'm an idiot. Okay, here we go again on my own. Dun, 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 dun. Trying to open up some photos. Dun, dun, dun. Brock sent some cool ass photos, but Nick can't figure out how to download them. Okay, let me get them ordered correctly. That's 1408, so that'll go there. Those 6. Okay, we got them in order. So this is bracketed. We have Phoenix 200 shot at 200, 150, and 25, and then we've got a special treat afterwards. So in case you guys wanted to know how to shoot your Phoenix 200, original Phoenix 200, I don't know if they're even still making it or if they've gotten rid of it. Here is Phoenix 200 rated at 200 ISO. And look at how crunchy it is. You know, it's got some cool colors. By the way, Brock, why do you crop out the frame lines? We want to see the frame lines. This could just be digital, edited in post. You know, you got to give us the frame lines. Come on, Brock. I expect better from a member of LoPresti, from the general of LoPresti Army. Here is Phoenix 200 original formula shot at 200 speed. Here it is at 100. Okay, let's go back and forth. Okay, so here's 200, and let's do a little bit of this. And then let's look at the difference. So paint it on there. So there, you know, you can see over here how it's like kind of crushing those highlights a bit. Anyway, okay, there 200, 100. Then there's 50. I feel like it's almost too much at 50. I feel like 100's nice. You know, you're recovering a little bit of detail here at 50 though. See all that? All that right there? All that right there, you see all that? Compared to here, I mean, I guess you're still seeing some there, but it's I was able to see it zoomed out here. There's 50, and then there's 25. Okay, did you process these all the same, Brock? Let the group know. Or did you do push, pull, whatever? Um, you know, it just goes to show overexposing is always better. You know, there's 200, which is kind of moodier. You know what? I guess I can get why they wanted to go ahead and call it a 200 speed film, even though everyone says it wasn't really a 200 speed film. And then another place to keep your eyeballs on would be over here. You can see a lot of tonal variation. The 100, 200, 200, 100, 50, 25. So yeah, you're getting a lot more detail over there at 25. So just a good test, Brock. I like it. A good colorful scene to look at. What do we determine, class? What do we think? I mean, do we want to shoot it at 125? Is that a good sweet spot? At 100? I don't know. 100 looks good. 200 looks a little too dark. 100 looks good. Then it starts to get a little too bright. So I don't think you need to go past 100, I guess. That's what we've learned, class. 100 is as far as you should go, at least according to me. But I'm an idiot, so that's all you know. And then look at this shot, Brock. Is this also Phoenix 200? What a frame. I need to go out and start shooting nighttime again. I haven't done that since I lived in like Vero Beach. And now there's like a great photographer in Vero Beach that only shoots stuff at nighttime. McCurdy photography guy, and that's my hometown. I could have stayed there and give him a run for his money, but anyway, look at this shot. Here I am talking about myself, but this is a great shot. It's obviously from a 6x6 camera, I guess. Otherwise, why would you make it square? I like that you bothered to do the whole matte. Real nice presentation. It's like we're in a gallery right now. Live photo critique gallery. Enter. It calls you right in. Entering the frame. Love it. Love it. Yeah, I love the haze over there. All that warm light. A lot of color contrast. How can you ask for more color contrast? Wow, wow, wee woo. Look at that. Look at that. So much color contrast that if you do that, man, there's no contrast. This one needs to be a color photo, How far did you push this, man? How far did you push this in post? I wonder. Imagine with an ortho film, all this would be dark and spooky. This would be just like glowing. Wow. I love it, man. Beautiful. Brock, you rock. Everyone give Brock some daps. Everyone donate in the chat to help Brock celebrate. No, but really, Brock, this is a great shot. What was this? Was this Phoenix? Because I think you said the others were Phoenix, but then you just said that one was unrelated. So was it unrelated on the same film stock, or was it something different? I don't know. But here we are. Thank you so much, class, for sending stuff in. Wow. Yes, that shot was great, man. What's San Antonio? Just process the same, no edits, no lens correction, just NLP. Okay. Oh, it was the same. Well, yeah, I guess the same roll. What would you have done? Snip, different snips. I guess I'm an idiot. That was in San Antonio, Brock. When did you come to San Antonio? Was it forever ago? Yeah, Brock. So, Brock, what was your favorite? Would you like it when trainers would come to you with the fire starter, the grass starter, or the water starter? I'm sure you hated it when they brought a Squirtle into your gym. You'd be like, whoa, dude, get the heck out of here with that crap. My Geodude, my Onyx, no, it's getting wet. Anyway, yeah, I hate when my Onyx gets wet. But this is not a nerdy Pokemon class. This is a photo class. Used to love on East Side. Is East Side San Antonio? I've barely played and hung out around San Antonio, but hey, that's what today's video was all about, was San Antonio. Yeah, go if you guys missed the premiere, be sure to go back and like the video and hype the video and comment on the video and all that stuff, you know what I mean? Okay, let's see who's next. Sorry for, throwing a spotlight on you, Brock, and letting you skip the line, but read the description. Okay. Lucky has some stuff for us. 2 images. Okay. Wow. Hey, check this out, guys. We got something special for you guys. Okay. Hector. What is this? Trip to the Tetons. Okay, one is from the Tetons with a Nikon F100 with Ektar 100, and another one, he doesn't say what film, but you guys are gonna love this. So let's get these loaded up. Here we go. And okay, Brock, your photos are gone. Dunzo. Deleted. And it deletes from your computer too, because I've got a super computer that can do that. I got to pull up something special for this one. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Okay, that's cool. Let's get the other shot loaded in here. Okay, let's wow the class first before we show them your artistic prowess. 0.1 delay. Let me just fix something really quick. There we go. Okay, you guys are gonna love this. Pull it up. This is from Lucky. Thank you so much for sending this, Luciano. Really appreciate you always joining in. And here we go. Check this out. You guys asked for Wiggles. You guys didn't ask for Wiggles, but you got Wiggles. Toronto Bird Wiggles. And what a perfect scene to do some Nishika stuff, dude. Nishika N8000. I have one too. It's the crappiest camera ever made, but where else are you going to get a 4-frame deep Wigglegram? Love it. Love it. It's beautiful. I think you picked the perfect place to center it on too. Is it right there on the bird's eye? Let's see. You always got to pick where you're going to overlap the frames. And yeah, it's pretty much there on the bird's eye. There's a little bit of play in it, but I think it works. I usually if it's of a person, I'll do their eyeball to make sure that it's all moving around that. Let's clear the guides, give us a clean view to look at. But this is the perfect scene to do because you have depth, and that's going to play into the whole parallax thing. You got something so close to you, something fun like a bird. Perfect. Love it. And this one worked pretty good. You got pretty consistent exposures throughout, so that means the camera played nice with you. And so did whatever your conversion process and developing. Looks great. Love it. I love myself a little wiggle fest. What film stock was this? I don't know, but the other one was what? I gotta come back to you guys in a second. Okay, let's check. Oh, he's got another photo. We're gonna go back to it, but YouTube video. I don't know. It's a huge rare brick. Grain Dead has a 120 version of this kind of camera. I know. Did you guys know Grain Dead got his start on a different a automotive YouTube channel or something? So no wonder he was already a big time YouTuber before he started that channel, and I was all getting in my head, and I was like, why is everything he puts out a banger? Nobody watches my stuff. Wham, I'm a loser. But it turns out he's had a lot of practice doing this. Thanks for joining. Minea, what format do you want your Reala in? Are you offering me some Reala? Oh, I forgot you hit me up on Insta about that, didn't you, dude? I don't know. I guess 35 mil. Yeah. I don't know. If I got to choose, it's going to be that. Then I get more shots with it, Okay, yeah, I backed out of this so I could see the description. So yeah, he didn't. Lucky didn't tell us what film stock that was in the Nishika, but we got another shot from him from a Nikon F100, great camera, and on Ektar 100, which it seems to be a motif in Lucky's work. He loves Ektar 100, which makes sense because he's a great landscape photographer, which will be evident as soon as I show you guys this. Bing bong. Look at that. Lucky, you rock. Look at the layering. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. This is beautiful. You always blow us away, man. And yeah, I can see, look, and you're giving us what we want. We're getting some frame lines up here, going to show that, hey, you didn't do any funky horizon stuff. Pretty dang close, closer than I would have got. That's for sure. I'm not patient enough to play around with bubble levels or whatever. But yeah, that's great. I feel like the only thing you'd ask for is, hey, you poor, get yourself an X-Pan and double that, Get it ultra wide. I want to see more. Or I guess, you can do the poor man's X-Pan and crop in. There you go. Ooh, love it. But dude, Lucky, love it. You know, there's a great natural color contrast to it. The layering with the you know, the bing bong all the way through, you know, draws you in. But the color contrast of the blue shifted mountains and the rich blues up here to the warm stuff down here. You know, what more can you ask for? You know, I feel like scenes like these are dependent upon what you can achieve at the landscape. The only thing I'm like, okay, get a whole production crew to cart in some stuff for the ultra foreground, you know, so you can stop down real nice and get some like treetops or some bushes right up there. It's always something I wish I can do, you know, but you know, what are you gonna do? It's beautiful. No distracting stuff. It all fits. There's no like freaking tourist here, you know, with a funny hat, being like, hey, look at that, you know. So I love it. Grand Tetons. What is that in Utah? I don't even know where the Grand Tetons are. I don't know where anything is. I'm not a.
It's definitely in the northwest.
I've never, you know,
It's beautiful.
I've been to Big Bend National Park, and other than that, I've never really been anywhere.
We've been to White Sands twice.
I've been to White Sands, but I don't make cool stuff like Lucky does. Great shot, Lucky. You always do great, dude. Thank you so much for sharing that, dude. Okay, back to the stream. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Rule of thirds. Thanks, autocorrect. I don't know. That was a good roll of thirds on the seagull. Look around to everything else, but it's always come back to the bird wiggles. I know, guys. What more could you want? Maybe have him in flight. You know, that could have been the only thing to put icing on that cake there. What does it for me is how the clouds and the bushes seem like they subtly point towards center. Let's look at that one again. What were we talking about? Yeah. I can see what you mean. Okay, let's show everybody what Brock's talking about. How the clouds and the mountains point to center. I kind of see that too. Like that's going that way. That's going that way. The clouds dip in this way and then go up that way. So it's like, you know, whoa. Like, yeah, okay, that's another thing you could have done, Lucky. Like, what? Don't be lazy. You got to go out there and build a big mountain right there. That would have been the only thing that could have been better. I'm just kidding, man. You know, I'm just joshing with you. Okay. But yeah, great point, Brock. I do like, I like that shot a lot. And I don't know if I noticed that consciously of how it all pushed towards the center. Great shot, dude. Okay, let's see who's next. Bing bong.
Somebody wanted to know at some point, Walter wants you to do him next because he's got to go.
Okay.
And then somebody was asking if they can send digital stuff too, or if it's film only.
No, you can send whatever. It doesn't have to just be film. Walter, what's your name? I don't see. Oh, right. I found you. Never mind. I thought you had a different name on email. Okay. Walter, is he still here? Walter, are you here? Or did he already leave? Said he hasn't in a while. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna bounce soon. Okay, Walter, if you're still here, we're pulling you up next. Okay. Hey, he's here. Cool. Okay. So he says we got a Color Plus, same camera, Iceland. Yeah. But what it was... Did you send us 2 submissions? Or are these about 44 minutes ago, 2 hours ago? Hut in Iceland, taking a plain shirt. Okay, so we got 1 black and white and then 2 colors. So apparently you were ready, Walter. You sent this forever ago. The first one we're going to do is a black and white point and shoot BF8. Never heard of that on HP5, and then the other one is Color Plus in Iceland. These thumbnails I'm looking at look great. So let's get these pulled up. Looks like, Lucky, you're not the only landscape guy in town. You're gonna have to look out. And this time we get to see the difference. So, wow, look at that. These are great frames, Walter. Freaking Iceland. No wonder everyone wants to go to Iceland. Yeah, Ektar. I mean, yeah, I get it. Like Ektar is more saturated, but the Color Plus still pretty saturated. Okay, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. First one is an HP5 shot of a hut in Iceland, and check that out, guys. Okay, you know, give him Grainy Days a run for his money, dude. And there's no, you know, if this was a Grainy Days video, then there'd be like a toilet here or something, you know. Can I draw a toilet in one line? Kinda, you know, and then there's the handle, you know, there we go. There, so if this was a Grainy Days video, that's what that would be. Or there'd be like a tattoo here, but I mean a graffiti. Anyway, why am I being a jerk? Because this is a great photo. I mean, it's got that classic HV vibe where, you know, it's like not too contrasty, tons of latitude, but you are still getting real far on that tonal range. Like, look at that. Look at that histogram right there. You know, the only thing is, you know, I can never resist in my post processing to do something like that and really make those whites bright and see, like, get the full, you know, I paid for all of the tones. I'm going to get all of the tones. You know what I mean? But it's always a matter of choice. So one is not necessarily better than the other. You know, did I not apply that? It's like doing that, bing bong. I don't know. What do you guys? Are you guys more of a you know, faded look, or do you like the bright whites? I don't know. But I think it lends itself well to this. I might not have necessarily made that choice, but that's why I'm me and you're you. It's a great shot. I guess let's talk about the framing and the shape of the subject. You know, great. I love that. You know, there's more space here for this to naturally, it's like a frog with a ribbit mouth sitting there, you know, with its little ribbit feet, you know, looking that way. It's looking that way towards the empty space. And that's good because there's something to see. There's stuff there. There's lines there. There's stuff to see. And, you know, you also are blessed to have a nice sky. Can you imagine if, like, hey, it's Iceland, but it's blue sky today. There's nothing here to look at, you know, which probably helped you get some more diffused lighting. But still, you were able to get this nice shape here. You know, otherwise, it would have just been this as the only dark spot. So that's nice. I'm guessing the sun was over here somewhere, you know, just getting blown out by all that, or diffused by all that. I love it. Great shot. And I haven't even talked about the detail. I mean, look at that detail. Sharp, you know, it's not sharp all the way through, you know, but at the, you know, is that just the grain coming through? I mean, it's HP5, so maybe, well, what aperture were you shooting this at? You know, how far did you stop down? But, you know, you got as much as you needed. You know, it looks like there might be a little bit of fall off there before the grain starts mushing it up. But I don't think you need that detail. You got all the detail you needed out of this shot. I'm always one to stop down more than I need to, because I want everything in focus. I want to see into the future and the past all at once and be one with the cosmos. But great shot. Really shows you why HP5 is a great thing. But, you know, more than that, it shows you that you got a good eye. Thank you so much, Walter. Let's move on. Now we got some color shots. Looks like this one is the first. Look at that! Color Plus in Iceland. Wow. And, you know, I've been talking a lot about color contrast. That's been the theme of the day. But look at that. I mean, frickin', what more could you want? I mean, you could, if this was Ektar, it would look more like that, right? You know? But, you know, I'm starting to think you might have that vibe. Like, frickin', you're not pushing your whites to the limit. You're not pushing your colors to the limit. And I don't really edit film shots that much either. You know, I might crank saturation here or there, maybe. But, yeah, then it gets a little too unnatural and whimsical. But I kind of like whimsical because, you know, there's already enough dreariness in real life. But, yeah, beautiful shot. It doesn't need the saturation. But at the same time, you know, it works in black and white too. And that's not necessarily like a beef with it. Like, just because the colors are unnecessary to make the shot doesn't mean they're not good. You know what I mean? I love it. A lot of people like that pastel, muted colors look. I think it works here. You know, beautiful shot. What do we got? I don't know how to do a grid in Photoshop, but I don't know. You know, that's like a third, right? Got a third, rule of thirds. You got it right there. You know, bing bong. I don't know. I guess it's more like that or something, I guess. But Either way, rules are meant to be broken, and it's beautiful. Look at that lighthouse. By the way, talking about lighthouse, I just watched Lighthouse, and oh my, that Robert Eggers movie, freaking weird movie, dude. Yeah, when they're hugging, you shouldn't be hugging in that lighthouse, boys. Anyway, new shot and a chapel. Look at that. Now this one, speaking about freaking movies like Lighthouse, this one's very cinematic. Love it, love it, love it. I love that there's just enough light spilling here. And it looks like this is blocking off just enough of that light. Like, this area really draws you in, and you can imagine walking up there. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, this is a really neat earthen color palette. What am I doing? And I do like, am I seeing some like greens there? Let me do a little bit of a color balance, I guess. I feel like you could lean, like I usually try to lean into the magentas a bit, more like that, but I think it works here. I feel like it works with the whole earthen vibe. Okay, wait, which is which now? I can't even. Okay, there we go. That's the original. And that's what I would have probably, if this was a digital shot, have edited it too. But with all the yellow, I feel like green is more cohesive with yellow, but I always try to lean into color contrast, but that kind of just kills the vibe of it. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. I don't know. It's beautiful. What do you think, class? What do you think about Volter's Iceland shots? These are great. You got some great shape here with the, come on, what am I on? I'm on a locked layer. There we go. We got this little shape here with that triangle, and then that's contrasty to that triangle, it's beautiful. Only thing else you could ask for is freaking have some light glow, these open and light, glowing out, a little silhouette of a man, Scaramouche, you do the bandango, thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening me, Galileo, Figaro, Magnifico. Thank you guys. Wow. Walter, that's a great set, dude. Thank you so much for sharing. Guys, looks like Lucky ain't the only one that's lucky out in the field. Okay, by the way, I am closing submissions because we still have a lot to get through. So if you guys didn't submit it yet and it's not in my inbox, don't bother sending it until next live stream. But let me catch up with the stream, see if we got any questions. Yeah, Walter, you rock, dude. That was awesome. Okay, what did we miss? Beautiful shot. Everyone's just pump up your boy Walter. He did great. Yeah, dude, Walter, plug your Insta if you got one, dude, or your website or whatever. Yeah, and that was Color Plus. Yeah, everybody loves the pastel film look. Great shot, guys. Great, amazing. Rocket ship graffiti. Yes, thank you, Brock. That's exactly. I'm glad you could tell. You and me would be great Pictionary partners. Okay, who's next? We've got, I do not know how to say your name. Is this guy still here? So who's the guy with the Russian characters in his name? I don't know how to pronounce that stuff. Do we got some guy here? Who sent me the Russian name? Here, I'll, how do I say it? Should I take this and do it into a pronunciation thing? How to pronounce this? Oh yeah, Google Translate.
Is it Phoenix 4040 who's saying yes? It's me, oh my god.
Matvey? Let me turn up my thing. Matvey Pogorelli.
Матвей Погорелый.
Matvey Pogorelli. Is this Matvey Pogorelli here? Dude, is that you? Oh, Phoenix. Da, is that you, comrade? Very nice. Okay, I'm going to guess that's you, Phoenix. You're up next. Here we go. Yeah, guys, if your name isn't the same, future reference, as your chat name, then go ahead and let me know who you are, so I can call you out. Who you are, so I can match up your thing with the thing, and then we can all do the thing. By the way, guys, these are starting to get pretty popular, these photo critiques, so I might have to start putting these behind, LoPresti Army only. And remember, you can join LoPresti Army for as little as $1 a month, as long as it's a recurring thing. Then you're in, like Flynn, and that's how you win. You join the Army, send a salami to your boy in the Army, just like they say at Katz's Deli.
Jelly.
I could go for a pastrami on rye right now with a big old pickle. Okay, let's see. They're in this order, so I'll do that order first. So, how do you say your name again?
Матвей Погорелый.
Matvey Pogorelli. Okay, let's triple check that that's you. Oh, so funny. Russian hacker. Yeah, okay, we're going to check out the Russian hacker's photos, and I can already tell that I think this is kind of like a Russian Cold Siberia vibe. Yes. The Dostoevsky is my favorite joyful pastime. The idiot, and the whatever else he talked about. Okay, here we go. Here's Matveyeli, or however you say it. Phoenix. Thank you so much, dude, for sending this in. Look at that dreary shot. This could really be anywhere, but it makes me think of like Soviet bloc architecture, brutalism, like sad despair. Man staring glumfully at, a pretty, I don't know, depressing building, saying, I wish I could fly like that bird. At least that's, what you can use as your artist statement if you want to be, seen as big and important and thoughtful. I like it. I'll have to say, is this like just wintertime? Is this sunrise, sunset? I feel like you did as good as you could with the lights you got. You got a lot of tones, even though I can tell you didn't have a lot of wiggle room, because if you're gonna push it any more than that, it's gonna get dirty. But I almost feel like you could have conversely leaned into like a more of a silhouette. But I like the information you were able to pull out of it with this. It does look like you got it a little faded, so maybe get it a little bit more darker. But I don't know. I'm not going to gripe about it, because I think it leans into the whole depressing vibe I'm getting from. And sorry if I'm calling your existence depressing, but there's a time for every season under heaven, right? God, and look at that, leaning lines of some depressing. Everything's depressed. It reminds me of freaking Half-Life 2, Eastern European architecture.
What you need to say is that you're depressed.
Yeah, maybe it's because I'm depressed. I mean, look at that. I didn't even notice these. This thing is like a spider web of putting out its tentacles out into the world, just sucking your energy dry. Yeah, guys, I am a bit depressed. It's okay to not be okay. But I like this shot. What was it shot on? Did we have that in the chat, in the email? No. Here's some analog. Sorry for spamming. Here is some analog. Da. Yes, thank you. Analog pictures are what we crave. It's what we love. But I'm fine with digital. You guys can also submit digital. Great shot, Mattielli, however you say it. Great shot, Phoenix. Love it. Yeah, beautiful. Love it. And then this makes me think of some bleach bypass stuff, like Matrix look, all green, great, like Lomo Metropolis. Now this, some cooler architecture. Yeah, it's like you're in the belly of the beast. Grand, more Art Deco-y. Love it, But still the same vibe. It's like freaking dreary. This could just as easily, other than, is she holding a phone? Yeah, I guess. Other than that, you could almost, this could almost be a little more timeless. Like, is this a mall in the 90s, faded shot that somebody found in somebody's dresser drawer? Like, look at that. Beautiful, though. I love it. A lot of leading lines, grandiose architecture, The only other thing I would want, because I always like getting close to people, but that's not necessarily the correct thing to do, is I would want a centralized person, but you know, wide scenes are just as valid. So having the shapes like that, these are the ones that draw my eye. You know, I'm guessing I saw her first, and then my eye went to her going up, and then this one going down, you know, and then all these people milling about, you know. Um, Definitely a lot to look at. It's a grandiose shot. It's nice. Makes me think of the old art sublimes, you know, with freaking just big old architecture. I would like, I guess, you know, I would like to see some more nature somehow, but there's not much. There's just a little bit of this, and it's an interior shot, you know. But great leading lines. Love it so much, dude.
I think we should do a live where people roast your photos.
Yeah, people should tear mine apart and draw all over them, Google them. Like, I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say. Like, yeah, I guess I would like just more of like a main subject, you know. But I guess without a main tiny person subject, then this is the subject, the architecture, you know. So I think it works great. I think it's a strong photograph. And I don't know what else to say, dude. Freaking thank you so much for sending it in. Let them know what you guys think. You know, and everybody, whenever I'm pulling up your stuff, you know, be sure to plug your Instagram down below. I don't like, you know, I don't stop people from promoting their own things. I'm not the only photographer in the world, and I'm not the smartest one either. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. A picture of just the ceiling would be really cool because I'm mesmerized by the pattern in the ceiling and really like the greenish tint. Message retracted. Why'd you retract? Who retracted a message? Is that you censoring people, Brock, or did you just do that? Or is it the Russian government? I don't know. Yeah, great shots, everybody. Minea, you're joining? Hey, you joining LoPresti Army? Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it, everybody. Minea says he's joining. Blah, 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 blah. Even if it's not official, it's fine, dude. Thank you so much for even considering joining. And it's not just giving me money for nothing, guys. You also get discounts on cool things. And if you just want stuff and you don't want something for nothing, guess what? You can get some trash can shaped film capsules at madebylopro.com. Guess what's in this one? This is some of that X-ray film. 1946 X-ray film I just did that video on, all spooled up. I think I'm going to save that one for myself. I've already picked one winner of the giveaway, by the way, and I'm waiting to find one more giveaway one. Whoa, Brock, huh? Wow, Brock, dude, you are just pulling so much weight. Thank you so much, General Brock, dude. Oh my God, is that American dollars? Are you sending me Italian dollars? What's going on over here? Only move photo critique to LoPresti Army members. Only perked or keep it public. Type Baba Booey for Army. Type Weathermatic for public. Yes. It's just a great group of people here. Yes, it is. Here, guys. Brock, are you able to make polls or you want me to do it? Here, I'll do it. I'll start the poll. Public critique or Army critique? Did I spell that right? Public. Army, because we're a private army. So guys, vote away. Do you guys think that I should make a private army critique only, or should I keep it open to everybody? Go ahead and vote on the poll there, and sound off in the comments whatever you guys think. You know, I think it's a good selling point to, you know, get people to join the channel, and you know, there's going to be other perks, and you know, I need to make money at this thing. It's a brutal reality. We live in a capitalist society. Maybe not for long, because the globalist elites want to have their way with us, but we'll all live in a pod and eat bugs and be happy about it. So that's the future we're heading towards. But this is not a political channel. Wait, then wait a sec. You sent another one, Phoenix? Didn't I just? How am I? What is going on here? Is this a follow up? Where am I? Sorry. Okay, so that was okay. Sorry, guys. Phoenix had sent another shot that I did not grab yet. Okay, apparently I missed that one. So we'll go ahead and go back to Phoenix. Sorry, dude, if you missed that. This one is a little bit different flavor. Let's see if we got any background. Phoenix says, is it too dark? Here's the opinion of the professional. Okay, and yeah, Phoenix is letting us know. He's not good with English, so you know that's fine. We're a global LoPresti army. We're going global, worldwide, worldwide. Okay, here's another shot from Phoenix. Not the film stock, but the person in the chat. If you're still here, dude, love it. Good use of negative space to isolate the main subject. You know, which is cool because you can tell how far away that is, and you can tell the scale. You know, these people. And then these people, I almost didn't notice those people. You know, no, I don't think it's too dark. I think it's great. You got a lot of things going for it. You got the reflections, you know, you got layering, and you got scale. What kind of lens was this used with? I almost feel like it could benefit from a longer lens for more compression to bring the background forward more. You know, the only part I don't like about the photo is this part, but I don't know how you could do it without it. You know what I mean? Or I kind of almost wish that this was lit better, but that's not up to you as the photographer. I think it's a great shot. You know, great shape, great centralized subject, and then you got the layers, you got the reflections, you know, and scale. You know, you can see, you can gather a lot from it. You know, and look, there's even more people here. You know, maybe if there was a vantage point over there to kind of see the same thing as this, but to have a more well-lit area here. But I don't know, maybe the separation of the shadows adds to it. So any decision you make, it's going to add one thing and remove another. So you got to take everything with a grain of salt. You know, none of us are a whole production crew. Anyway, great, another great shot. Phoenix. Sorry, I almost missed that one. Okay, we only got a couple more. Minea, you sent in a couple more, so we'll go ahead and look at those, I guess, before he's next up in line. What are we at? It was shot on iPhone. I got nothing else that night. Hey, see, guys, you don't need something fancy. You can shoot it on an iPhone. You can shoot it on an Android. You can shoot it on a potato, as long as you get a shot. That's all good, dude. And I'll have a bit more time to talk about them. Baba Booey. Okay, yes. Say Baba Booey that's for Army, right? Everyone wants it to stay public because we're, you know, I know we're all hurting. We all want, hey, look, it's public. Public got to 69%, so that's good. We'll end it there. Nobody wants me to close it off, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. You know, it'll give more time to other people if I'm not rushing through these. You know what I mean? Okay, so we're going back to Minea. Did I already download that one? Looks like it. So we got a couple shots from them. Let's get these loaded into Photoshop and put up on screen. Well, it looks like it's the same shot, but we also get to see a real world example of it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, yeah, you guys are going to love this. So, in case you forgot, what am I doing? Okay, got that. To screen, look at this. We got some color, infrared, aerochrome, another diptych. In case you forgot, Minea, he's the same one who did this one earlier, who did this thing. And works great, dude. I think that's a fun way to present your work. And look, it looks like you got another color infrared versus normal color diptych over there. So that's great. Looks like the same scene, but again, you know, red. Is that hell? Who knows? But it's down. It's in the underworld. So love it. How does it work? Like, stop that. Stop that. Photoshop. Play nice. Does it work good like this? But again, I think you made the right choice on which one should be upside down. Because, you know, the otherworldly one, the alien thing. You know, I think this alone is just a great shot. You know, but presenting it like that is definitely a fun thing to do. You know, especially for normies who might not necessarily know what's going on here and might think like, oh, well, where do you find trees like that? You know, it's a good way to show them. And then maybe they're like, whoa, fall looks like that. Where is that? Is that Tibet? Like, where is that? How do you guys go to so many cool places and travel? And like everyone's going to Iceland and wherever the hell this is. What even is that? Is that a Iron Maiden poster? Oh, we got a person there. I didn't even notice. This one is personless, and that one is personed. You have a peopled shot and an unpeopled shot. You know, looks like you didn't get perfect framing alignment, but you got pretty dang close, dude. You see how things are shifting a bit? Man, great shot. I mean, I don't know what else to even say. Like, just, yeah, the shape of it. I think, I've been thinking about a lot when I am doing wides, where to put the horizon line. And like, it's just like there's not even a horizon line where you are. You're just like in some cool shaped gully, valley, whatever the heck. You got some symmetry, Then you got this little bowl here. It's just so cool. This invites you in, leading line to that to go there. She's like, hey, and then they all lined up, and then they did the screen pass, and then they went over there, and then goal. I guess they don't say goal; they go touchdown, Steelers or Buccaneers. How about that Baker Mayfield, everybody? Anyway, great shot, Minea. Yeah, dude, freaking, and getting to see it printed. I don't know how big this is for scale, but this definitely looks huge. Looks great. Anyone would be lucky to have a print of that. You should sell these prints, dude. You should, if you got them for sale, plug it in the chat. I imagine this one bigger though. I feel like this one could be big too, but I know the bigger your print, the more you got to spend for framing and matting and everything. So, man, you killed it, dude. Freaking again with the double submish, man. Freaking hell. Okay.
You need to do a little shout out and welcome Minea,
Is it official?
Jason.
What's going on here? We got how many new We got how many new members?
There's 4.
We got 4 new members? Oh my god, dude, this is like the most lucrative live stream I've ever done, guys. What? Well, guys, this is going to be a cool community. With so many members, I might have to start limiting these freaking reviews. Okay, everybody. So yeah, we got welcome Minea. Litos joined earlier.
That's Carlos.
Carlos? Okay, so we got Carlos, Minea. Who else joined? Jason, welcome, Jason.
And that's Nanu Narts. I don't know how to say his name.
Nanu Arts, thank you so much, man. Artworks.
And then Adam.
Adam,
Whitley.
Adam Whitley. Wait, what's his screen name on here? Is it Adam Whitley?
Adam Whitney. I think.
When's the last time he chatted? I don't see him in here.
Hasn't there been an Adam? Welcome, everybody.
Yeah,
Thank
welcome,
you.
guys. Where's the link? He wants to join. Anne's Edge. You go to madebylopro.com. You go there, click the help me. Here, I'll show you guys where to go. There's the website. Then you go, that's my email. Don't look at that. Then you go here. So you go to this website and you click the help me button. If you're on mobile, it might look a little different. So you can how do you do the mobile thing? So if it's on mobile, you'll have to click here and then click help me. And then you can give as much, don't give more than you can. Like Brock. Brock's a maniac. He's like spending his life savings on me right now. But you can enter a custom amount. So you could put in $1, a monthly donation of $1. Every bit helps, guys. And you can donate here. And then you join the army. You get your name at the end of the episodes. Exclusive discount codes sent your way in case you want to support me through, shop. By the way, I know we have a lot of people not in the U.S. right now. And I don't have shipping set up for non-U.S. So if you guys are serious and you want something, like, I can figure it out. Like, I guess I should just set up EU, ordering or whatever. Yeah, but yeah, just send me an email. You can send me an email. You can reach out to me on Instagram. Either way, and we can figure it out. And right now, until Thanksgiving, everything you buy on madebylopro.com also enters you in every single item you order. So if you do one order, but you get like 3 things or whatever, enters you into the raffle to get a roll of this Eastman fluorographic X-ray film that expired in 1946. It's pretty rare. I can't find any other examples of this film on eBay. And I got these kind of pictures with it. It was in my last video I did. So there's going to be 3 winners, I think I said. There will be 3 raffle winners. So you can, anything you buy with money on the website gets you entered. And I'm going to do a live stream drawing after Thanksgiving, which is November 27th. you know, of the Lord's year 2025. So anything you buy, even if you buy that, I mean, if you buy this, I'll give you the rest of my Super Double X if you buy this shirt. And yeah, we got other shirts to pre-order here. We already got 2 pre-orders in, and we got a very limited selection of shirts you can choose from, you know, so you can pick your sizes and your colors and whatnot. Anyway, but yeah, if you guys want to support the channel and get exclusive shout outs and, you know, stay in these photo critiques, which might, you know, get walled off into LoPresti Army members only, then be sure to go to my website and do a monthly recurring donation. For everybody who has signed up during this premiere and live stream, I'll be reaching out with with this month's discount codes and a, you know, personalized welcome. And, you know, I really appreciate you guys so much.
Jez just joined.
And Zedge, dude, thank you so much, dude. Oh my God, everybody freaking put a Baba Booey in the chat for Ann Zedge. I can't believe it. Making art from mistakes, I love it. Wait, what did you do? What was a mess up, dude? One of the reasons I inverted this diptych is because I accidentally misaligned the camera while I put the sheet film holder into the camera. I didn't even realize you were doing sheet film, dude, but I guess that makes sense because there was a lot of detail in those shots. But dude, look at you, freaking Minea, dude, burning some freaking, was that 4x5? Burning some 4x5 aerochrome? Where do you even get your freaking hands on that shit anymore, dude? God, you're freaking Grainy Days would be lucky to have you as a mentor, dude. Oh my God. Yeah, you don't even notice the misalignment of it, but you could always just crop, dude. I mean, no one's going to think less of you. But, you know, I paid money for that detail. I'm not going to lose any of that detail. Yes, everybody. Oh, there you are, Adam Whitney. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much for the Baba Booies and the Bing Bongs and the freaking LoPresti Army members joining. Appreciate you guys so much. And like I said, new merch coming soon if you guys want any of that. So if you're joined, you get exclusive discounts on that. Let's check out who's left for the photo review. Looks like we got Chris again. What was his? It was ZZ. We got ZZ again. We already looked at that one. So we got some more alts of that original amazing studio portrait. Yeah, not tack sharp, but don't. Is that why you sent the first one first? Because you liked how sharp that one was in comparison to these? A lot of times, yeah, it's like you look at some like great, you know, studio photographers, and they, you know, they don't necessarily care. Like, you don't need to see every pore on your model for it to be a good shot. You know what I mean? Are these the right ones? Did I get them all? Yeah, okay, I got them all. Okay, we're going back to ZZ. Is he still here? ZZ, sound off if you're still here.
At photo to Chris is ZZ Man. He just changed his handle.
Oh, he just changed because I was calling him Chris earlier. Now he's. Oh, you just changed. God, look, so we're transforming during this 2-hour live stream together, guys. Freaking, he was once ZZ Man, now photo to Chris. Thank you so much, man, for sending these pictures in. You got what? Do you have a studio somewhere, or is this just like in your garage? Where are you doing this amazing work? Okay, so you guys will if you guys have been here the whole time, you'll recognize this setup, a one light setup. I'm able to get such great shots on, what was it? It was FP4 with his Minolta XGM Rockcore 50mm f1.4. And what were your settings? Did you have it stopped down? Let the class know. Okay, here we go. So it's a different look than the first one. The first one just had the whole body oriented to the left, and my whole gripe was I kind of like this body shape more. Like, you know, now she's more centered, you know, so like, you know, whoop, she's like in the center of the frame. Sorry, I should say they. I don't want to assume anything, but great. You know what I like about this one more than the other one? This one, like, you can definitely, the flower took me a while to notice last time. But I like the tones on it more, so I don't know if it's how her head's turned or how the light's bouncing, but it looks nice. And still, she's just like an empty void here. You can see a little bit of the hand. I like it. How the black turtleneck just soaks up the light. Maybe it's not black. Maybe it's red. Who knows? It's a black and white shot. But yeah, you can see a lot. I like how the light's falling on her here. Very natural. Did you use a softbox? What do you got going on here, man? Little apple box. What is that? A 5-gallon bucket. You know, it's always funny to think like that's such a refined shot, simple, minimalistic, but, who knows what's going on outside of frame. You could have like, you could have Uncle Billy Bob over here, like, running the lights, freaking just being a little goober, like, oh, look, she's so pretty. Who knows what's going on, but great first of this set, dude. Yeah, who cares if it's not tack sharp? And like I said, how did we talk about how you scan these before? Did we ever resolve that? Because I feel like you're leaving some crispness of the grain on the table. But yeah, with the another thing, I sound like Rick Sanchez over here. Another thing I'm liking, there's a bit of bloom. You see that? The little contrast of the bleeding of that, like into that area from the background. Like, I like that. And so the softness kind of lends itself to the lighting. It's kind of a softer look. A lot of people pay a lot of money for some soft focus lenses. So, I just make the soft focus by missing focus. You know what I mean? It's easy. God. Okay. And then, wow. Ooh, this one pops, dude. This one's like more of like, 40s starlet dressed up as Cleopatra or something. You know what I mean? Love it. We've been watching a lot of old movies lately. Look at what we just watched the other day. We watched Bob Hope and Bing Crosby. Oh my God. I mean, you guys can barely see, but in Road to Bali. And there's a giant squid. There's a song about a moonflower. And there's a lot of misogynistic views of these guys playing a flute to extract a scantily clad woman from a wicker basket. But it was pretty nice, pretty fun. I think it was a made-for-TV movie from back in the day, and it's a double feature. Anyway, but great shot. Here we got more of the Rembrandt thing, with the classic triangle here. Love that you can see the catch light. Can you see the catch light in the other ones? No, I get because their eyes are facing that way. So yeah, that's what I love about this one. This one's got more. I feel like it draws you in more with that depth and pop. This one's more of like just a different vibe. A somber, longing. I feel like looking off to the side, exposing the neck like that with that kind of lighting makes you think of more of like a somber thing. This one is more of like a, I don't know what to call it, more of a posed thing, but it's cool. Painters, did all that kind of lighting one, and that's why they called it the Rembrandt. And, you got a little bit of the catch light on the nose for a little bit of a pop, more of that 3D pop. That's what they always say about Zeiss lenses and stuff. And still, I love how there's, the frickin' no texture at all on any of this. You got a little bit of, armpit bloom, whatever you call it. But other than that, like, I love how it's the shape of that and just great contrast. I should really have Alexander on here helping me critique things because he's the one that does this kind of stuff. I don't do any of this stuff. And again, bloom again, here, looking great. Great shot. Who cares about tack sharp? FP4, Minolta XGM. Maybe I got to start shooting some black and white portraits. Yeah. Maybe I got to show, here I am looking at all your guys' work feeling less than. Maybe I could do this too. Who knows? And then, yeah, just another great look. Same kind of head shape as that, but now it's the best of both worlds because, kind of a more similar look to that going that way. And then also you get the catch lights of this stuff. So it's like bing bong. And I do like how the head is kind of slightly cocked up. Gaze is looking up, which, implies a more hopeful thing. While this one kind of looks off more to the side. I don't know. You could also construe this instead of like a somber look to be more of like a, hey, what's that type of look? You know what I mean? But I don't know. I love it. And I feel like with her facing this way and hunched over like that, it does an even better job of making this just a pure silhouette in here because it's kind of like shielding the body and torso from all that light. So I hope you're learning things you can do, class. I mean, this isn't stuff I've accomplished. This is something that, forget who even sent me this. This is Chris. Chris what? Sorry. Anyway, great shot, man. Yeah, look at that. I love that shape of that with the nose shadow. This is a one light setup. What do you got? You got a giant, humongous jumbotron over here. What do you got? Some big old light doing that. Is that what's going on? Or you got like just a little, you know, newer flashlight going like that? I mean, because you're getting great light on the face and then it's not really spilling onto shoulders and stuff that much. So I don't know what you're doing. Are you bouncing onto the background and then bleeding and then having another bounce here to just hit the face? I don't know what's going on. Well, you said it's a single light, so, but you can have as many modifiers as you want for a single light. But great job, dude. Great, amazing, love it, beautiful. Okay, class. What am I missing? What did you change your name to? Photo D Chris. It's a mini night stool she sits on. The film was scanned by Sony A7 III and Rocco macro. So, but no glass in between. You did camera scanning. Did you flatten it with glass? What did you have holding the film? Photo D Chris. One small LED, one bounce off the background wall. Okay. So yeah, you are doing a bounce. Okay, that's cool. Is there any direct light getting on her face with that shot? Like, was it angled so it's just hitting her after hitting the wall? Or is it feathered a bit so it bounces off the wall and backlights her, but also, feathers onto her? Anyway, great shot. Great one. Photo to Chris. We got two Chris's here. We got Chris Card and Photo to Chris. What's Brock up to? Take pictures of things you find interesting. Take lots of pictures. Prioritize the enjoyment of taking photos over making great photos, and the rest will fall together. Yes. Yes. That's how I save myself from comparing myself to other people, because comparison is the thief of joy. Brock, that's great advice. Just have fun with it. I have a lot of fun going out and taking street photos, and that's what I like to do. And I don't really care about, making perfect photos. So I'm taking my Rolly 35 everywhere now, trying to get into street. Do it, man. It's a great zone focused camera, that one. Okay, I think we've got one submission left, and then we're going to have to call it, guys. So let's see who's left. Okay, we got Lisandro. Did these come through? Yeah, it looks like we got attachment. Oh, okay, here we go. It just took a second. Okay, is Lisandro here? If not, we'll save it for next time. Sound off in the chat, Lisandro, if you're here. Yeah, Baba Booey, everybody. Chris, you're going to change your handle too? Wait, did you? I prefer the other. You prefer the other what? I'm going to change my. Okay. The buttons on the sleeve in the second one, they pop. Yeah, dude, I like that too, man. And I noticed that. Kind of like, it's just a nice repeating pattern up the arm of the lady. That might be the effect from messing with the sharpening slider in Lightroom, says Photo to Chris. Yeah, I keep mentioning, I've seen a similar effect. The first time I tried scanning stuff through etched glass, which is a great way to hold various formats flat for scanning. But is Lisandro not here? Lisandro, I got your submissions here. If you don't get back to me in the chat, then we'll save your stuff for next time. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Any final thoughts, everybody? I really appreciate so many people jumping into the LoPresti army. For the longest time, I remember when it was just Spencer, and then just Juan, and it's just been slowly getting bigger from there. And Brock, I appreciate so much zeal today, leading the charge. You rock, man. I don't know, babe. Are you even still in the room, or am I talking?
I'm here, yeah.
Sarah's here watching the chat. Yeah, guys, I mean, for everybody who hung out for the premiere, it was a lot of fun. I appreciate everybody sounding off. Looks like I got this thing spinning out. Are we still broadcasting? Looks like I got it spinning out on my end. The stream's current bit rate is higher than the recommended bit rate. I already lowered the bit rate, dudes. What are you guys talking about? How is that lower than that? Can you guys still hear me? Am I still hunted? Am I still keeping it hunted up in here?
Yeah, it's working.
Okay. I feel like
I think what Brock said is a very nice sentiment.
I'm trying to scroll down to see what Brock just said, but now it's like it's messing up. I can't see the new chat. Maybe.
On my phone.
If everything has been photographed, what makes your pictures what? Like, for some reason I can't see more than that. I don't know.
Do you want my phone so you can read it?
No, it's fine. guys. I'm running out of steam over here. I feel like I'm losing my voice. I've been talking for so long. Lizandra didn't jump in the chat, did he? And Luke Camry's not here. Feel okay. Well, let me see this. Go to. I'll open up the live stream itself. Still, wow, we're still live, guys. Wow, I can't believe it, guys. You guys are amazing. What makes your picture so special? Easy. They're your pictures, and you enjoy doing it. Yeah, dude, that's such a beautiful thought, Brock. I love it. It's, you know, we all get so like. I mean, I don't know about you. I mean, I feel like some other people got it figured out. Like they're in creative, collaborative communities. Like all the street photographers in Austin just seem to be like so nice to each other and whatnot. But I don't know about you, but like was on display in today's video, if I'm around other photographers that are way better than me at doing stuff and they're just like going out there, no hesitation, I get in my own head. I can't help but compare myself. So that's why I always try to remind myself to just take pictures and have fun. And that's what it's about. Because, you know, so what? You can't, what, am I going to dream about being the best ever to do it? The next Bruce Gilden? You can't take fame to the grave. So, but then again, legacy is everything, because you die twice in this world. First time when, you know, your heart stops beating, and the second time when the last person utters your name, you know. Anyway, this has gotten real morbid. We'll do the rest of the submissions next time. Adam, yeah, I'll go through, you know, if you guys submit any now, I'll try and save them for next time. So feel free if you want to be top billing for next live stream, which will probably be 2 weeks from today, because I don't know if I can start doing these weekly. I would, you know, I'd love to, and I plan to, but I don't know if there'll be photo critiques every single time. Yeah, I guess that's it, guys. Any other housekeeping stuff that I haven't mentioned, babe? Yeah, feel free to reach out to me over the on my email or on Instagram if you got any thoughts on when would be a better day if I'm going to move from Thursday, because I'm looking at it right now on my screen. I can see Grainy Days just put out a Leica M10 monochrome video. Wow, of course everyone wants to see what Grainy Days has to say about that. Nobody wants to watch me talk about what was my video about? Freaking shooting with a Nikon D7000. Who cares about that? Turn it into inspiration. How did they do that? Let me experiment.
Well, we're doing more street this weekend.
Yeah, we're going to go shoot more street, so maybe I'll make some more episodes out of that. But I know what you guys really want to see. You guys want to see me shoot stupid old film and expensive, stupid, rare cameras and stuff like that. That's what YouTube wants to see. So there'll be more of that soon. But for now, I guess that's it. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys. I worked this entire time. Time to be productive. Hey, thank you so much for dicking around. I hope you don't get in trouble, man. Yeah, everybody who just recently found the channel, be sure to go binge watch all my stuff. Share it to all your friends. And this Monday, next Film People's coming out. It's going to be a kind of a racy one. Heyo. More of those coming soon, guys. Appreciate you so much. That's it. Remember to shoot more, think less. If you haven't, you know, it seems like it's a cool thing to do. Join LoPresti Army, guys. Help me to keep doing these forever, because, you know, I don't want to be a shill, and, you know, for all these brands that want me to talk about how cool their camera is. By the way, I got to do that video soon. Olympus OM3, they sent me this. I got to do a video about that. You know, it's a cool camera. I'm going to see if it works for street photos this weekend. But that's about it, guys. I appreciate you so much. Before we end, hey, let's do the puppy. Let's do puppy cam. Okay, puppy. Any final words, puppy? Any final puppy words? That's it. We got to retire the Halloween toys. Switch to some. He doesn't have a stuffed turkey, so we'll get him something else. Soon it'll be Christmas toys. He's got a few of those. But you guys rock. I hope you can hear me again. And I didn't mess up the sound. But that's it. You know, so pick one of these for me to do the next video on. I got a bunch of cameras to do videos about. Yeesh. Yeah, go buy stuff from my website so you can get a roll of this. You know, maybe there's a raffle. Okay, I guess that's it. We're going to call it there. What do you guys like the phone cam? Is that a cool new feature? I don't know.
it's more interesting. I'm hooked. Yeah. You guys rock. Bye bye. Auf Wiedersehen.